So, today we're going to talk about 4 basic limiting beliefs that you didn't know you had. I know it sounds like clickbait. So, first, a disclaimer here. I don't want you to believe me anything. I want you to think for yourself. But I want to give you information that has worked for me and that has opened my eyes and has helped me to make my life quality a lot better. So today we're talking about limiting beliefs, specifically 4 basic limiting beliefs that most people have that seem really normal. And when you think about it, you don't see the problem right away, but the more you reflect on them, the more you start to see the issue. So here are they. And to be clear, a belief is something that a piece of information that you deem to be true without having applied it yet or without having experienced it yet. Especially in these 4 beliefs, it's really hard or we don't reflect on the result of the experience, basically, because the beliefs are so ingrained in us. That's why they're called core beliefs. They're like form giving to our reality. And putting this into question is really hard for most people. In the beginning, it was hard for me as well. But that's why I'm giving to you, because if you're prepared for it and open for it, you're gonna have a lot of fun, like playing with these things. So let's get on with it. The first limiting belief or core basic limiting belief that most people have is the belief in evil. The belief that there is a dark force out there that is out to get us. And this belief in evil, that this comes from ancient times, but it was or is most prominent in religion. And for example, the picture of Satan or the devil, and believing that there are forces, dark forces out there that want the worst for us. And this generates a lot of internal conflict with us, because if there is evil out there, you're always looking for what is the evil, and you start to separate or segregate things between good and evil. And that what's evil you tend to reject, and you don't want to have nothing to do with it, basically. And when you don't have a good explanation for some behavior, some situation, some whatever it is that's happening in your life, in your reality, and you cannot explain it, and it's negative for you in some way, or you perceive it as being negative, then it's really easy to say, well, this is evil, this is the work of the devil, or this person is evil, they are just evil, instead of asking, okay, why did this happen to me, or what are the motivation of these individuals for doing what they are doing, what is their background. Like, you block all of these things out, and you just explain things with, well, this is work of the devil. And that is the limiting part of the belief in evil, in my opinion. It blocks your curiosity and your openness to understand the universe. The second limiting belief, or basic limiting belief we have, is the belief that punishment is an appropriate way for teaching something. And it's more subtle nowadays, but we believe that punishment, it's actually a good way to teach someone something, especially when they make a mistake. So earlier, hopefully this does not happen at your house or anywhere near you, that parents try to hit children or employ violence or physical violence to correct them, or psychological violence. But the idea of punishment is someone makes a mistake and you see a need to correct that. So you're in some kind of way well meaning in your actions, but the way you do it is by making them feel something negative, making them feel the consequences, and you see yourself in the role as the punisher. This has two major problems. The first one, the person doesn't really learn. They learn only one thing, and that is to fear you. They don't learn what the situation has to teach them with the punishment, because instead of focusing on learning about the situation, why it happened, how to correct it, how to avoid it next time, they focus on the punishment. I don't do this because then I get punished, and there has to be a punisher. The second thing is you erode your relationships with the people you're punishing. Because when you start punishing people, people start to resent you, people start to fear you, people start to distance from you, to hide things from you. They cannot be themselves anymore. And you, in this occasion, you start to break the relationship a little bit, little by little. So it may happen, for example, in a partner relationship. You have a girlfriend or a husband or someone in your life that you share your life with, and they do something or don't do something that was agreed upon, and you see, or they make a mistake, and what you see is the best way to correct this is to punish them so that they learn. And what they learn is to fear you. They learn to loathe you. They learn to avoid you. You break the relationship with punishment. So please don't do that. The third core belief that limit your life quality is the belief that there is injustice in the universe. And this stems from, they all have something to do with each other, but believing that there is injustice in the universe is not understanding how the universe works. Because the universe is a perfectly just system. We just cannot see how it is just and for whom, or how this justice actually works. And I use the word justice with a little bit of skepticism, is because I don't have a better word right now for it. But the belief in injustice is that there is a certain criteria which helps you to see where things are wrong. And this is in your hand, in your head. This is in your head. This is really subjective. Like what is good and what is bad, what is right and what is wrong. These are a set of criteria that you have for yourself. Maybe you took them from a more communal criteria, or it's your own. But in the end, there is no universal good or bad. And injustice stems from this belief. So you believe in evil and you believe in punishment. And when you see injustice, you try to punish that. And this creates a real conflict in us, because when we see injustice and we believe that that's injustice, then we want to correct that. And this is what leads to wars. This is what leads to conflict between partners, between societies, between communities. And the fourth core belief that we all have, and this is maybe the most controversial, because you will see why, and that is the belief in goodness. Because that is the belief that being a good person, or goodness is being a good person, and you are good by helping others or by doing things for others, like an external focus. And this is really limiting, not just for you, for everyone else as well. Because when we are good, when we believe we are being good, we're actually interfering with the learning experience of other person. So here's an example. Let's say you have a child. These childs go to school and they have math lessons. And they're really bad at math. They need to learn math. So the math teacher gives your child math homework. And you see your kids struggle with the homework at home, and you believe, okay, now I'm going to be a good person and I'm going to do the homework for them so that they don't have to suffer anymore and they can go out and play. But what's happened there, I mean, I assume you understood the example, is you're interfering in the learning process of your child. They are not learning math. You're wasting your time with doing something that is not your job, or it doesn't correspond to you because you know math. Yeah. And in the same way, we tend to interfere with the experiences of people out there. So when we try to help them by doing things for them that they should be able to do by themselves, or they will be able to do by themselves, they are just not in the mental position to do it. Maybe they are just lazy, or they just lacking a little bit of information for it, or they just lack practice. And you're taking the opportunity of learning away from them when you start doing the things for them. So being or goodness is a really good excuse to interfere in the life of others. And what this creates is a world of useless people. Well, useless is maybe not the right word, but it creates people that it's unable to do things by themselves. And that is really sad. That is really sad, because we're here in this universe, in this experience, to learn and to serve. And service is, of course, doing things that people cannot do by themselves. A good example is a baby, for example, cannot survive by itself. Like, it needs a mother or it needs a parent that takes care of that baby. In that case, that is service. Or when you have to do some electrical work in your house and you have absolutely no idea, no skills, no nothing, and the risk of doing it yourself is, well, high, then service is the electrician that comes to your house, does this for you, because doing the electrics in your house is most of the time not your role unless you are an electrician. Yeah. And recognizing where are we serving and where are we interfering in the experience of others is a really important change in how we interact with the world. And you are, in the end, doing something better for them in letting them learn, letting them grow, letting them figure things out. So I know these four core beliefs, they are controversial, because when you look at them, you're like, well, of course, that's how the way things are. But I challenge you, the more you reflect upon them and the more you try to find these beliefs in your everyday life, the more you will figure out that they either create an internal conflict in you, or they create an external conflict with the people around you and your situation and your relationships. So yeah, give it a thought. Let me know in the comments if you like this content. Give me a like and a subscribe, and recommend this channel to someone who might be interested, so I can keep making videos and talking about these things. Okay, I'll see you on the next one, and take care.